What's up, fellas? It's Pick Central, Barstool Sports' daily gambling show. We're live on the Barstool Sportsbook YouTube channel. I am Ben Mintz, your guest host for the week. Brandon Walker's still out this week, but kind of feels like we're getting the band back together today. First, Big Ev, as always, joining us on our left. How are you, Ev?
I feel good. LaSalle's up at half. Over's in a decent spot. Long ways to go.
Rico Bosco joins us again, second time in 2 days. We're blessed with your presence.
A rarity, yeah, thank you.
And
I didn't think you would jump on the pile on that joke.
I support you. I'm your biggest fan, man. I'm your biggest fan, I think, in this room.
I got you.
And we're rejoined by the one, the only, Marty Mush, who's back, but Duke may not be. How are you, Marty?
Not nice, Mintz. Yeah, once Mincy gets in that chair, he's not nice.
Yeah.
Everyone compliment my teeth. I look better now?
Look good.
It's all done. Dunzo.
Marty, how
Still working on that smile.
Yeah, I don't know.
Still trying to figure out what to do with your mouth.
Do it.
Marty, how was your trip? You went to Atlanta with Brandon?
Yeah, went to Atlanta, did a shoot for Hooters today. It was a good trip. We travel better together. Me and Brandon get along better on the road.
Marty likes a lot of vacation people. You loved me.
Yeah, no, you're a way better person outside the office.
On vacation.
Yeah, and that's true. It's just a definite thing that I like better. Can we talk about what Rico tried to do with me? First of all, I have a problem with you, Mintz. So, you motherfucker. So, everyone remember this? Big Ev, you were here. I don't remember if you were here or not. It was Friday. I was like, yeah, we're going to dinner with the boys. And Mincy's like, yeah, I'm down. And then all of a sudden, I hear that Mincy's going to dinner with Lodge.
Well,
yeah.
Large and I had an afternoon thing planned for Large's blog. We were going to go eat some Louisiana food because it was Lent Friday. We were going to do the gumbo and the Lent Friday thing. And Large, the name says it all. Because he ordered the whole damn menu. I mean, we went over there like 3 o'clock. I was thinking, I'll eat something light here and then eat dinner with y'all later. I mean, we couldn't even see our table. It was so covered with food. And so after that, there was no hope for even a man like myself can't eat after that.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, Mincy's not coming, but I have two other things from the dinner. One, I didn't steer Big Ev wrong. Big Ev, how was the meatloaf?
I was skeptical.
Yeah, you got it.
It was.
I'm not a meatloaf
But,
it was
but
one of the best things I've ever eaten in my life.
Really?
It was so fucking good. The way they did this thing where they put like bacon around it, but they also they had this. But even the meatloaf itself, it had that perfect like kind of how like a steak, how it's like nicely like charred on the outside, but like on the inside it's like so kind of like soft. It's good.
Here's my thing though.
Incredible.
Ultimately, meatloaf is a fucking hamburger meat.
Trust, I felt like a sack of shit at a nice restaurant being like, "Can I get the meatloaf?" It's a relatively limited menu. It's on there for a reason.
It's ultimately a hamburger meat though. That's where I go down on that.
It was phenomenal.
All right.
I'm sorry.
I couldn't go there and not order it again. That's how
I love some meatloaf. It's a big South.
All right.
Me too.
It was very good.
I had two more things from the dinner. I'm sorry. Another thing is that Rico Bosco, 2 hours after we got done with dinner, Mincy.
Okay.
2 hours done we got dinner, he was texting everybody from the table to see if we were still there because he was going to buy a round of drinks. 2 hours after we left. So he just did it for the credit for him to be like, oh, Rico would have gotten us drinks at the bar.
He just wanted everyone to know he was thinking
They
about
was thinking about it.
Southern Utah was going. I was oblo juggling. It's a Friday night in Lent. I thought you'd still be there. I thought it was a 2-hour dinner. I thought maybe you order around the drinks, extend it. Place is 25%. You might as well enjoy your space. I thought I could get I also thought it would be a nightcap. I knew it was 2 hours, but I thought it would be a nightcap. I was not looking for like it's me.
You never.
No, not what I did.
And also, there was 8 people there, right?
Okay.
Big Evan, Zoc, don't answer. 8 people, 3 appetizers, 2 rounds of drinks, and obviously 8 entrees. How much money do you think it was?
I'm going to guess. This is in New York?
New Jersey.
Jersey. Okay, I guess that means it'll be a little cheaper. I'll say $345.
That's astounding. We all said it was way higher.
That's exactly
you nailed
what it was.
You nailed it.
What was it?
$345.
No way!
Or like $355
It was
around
like
there.
$352.
That was such a ridiculous guess. Unbelievable.
We all went way higher.
Why? You know why? He's from the South. That's what a South dinner is.
That's fair.
Well, I know. That's why I asked the New York thing.
But
if
see,
you
it's
said in
still
New York, I would have gone
Jersey. It's still
400.
like Jersey City. It's still like on the more expensive side.
I also knew I have 8 meatloaf. That can't be $50.
It was like 20.
Yeah,
like
so
20,
that
20.
has
I
to
was
be
doing
20.
$25 a guy. Well, if I still got.
And then
The
we all,
drinks,
we
it's the
all had
drinks.
like we were having vodka sodas
yeah,
and
of course.
beers.
I mean,
whatever.
those drinks. That's
Tommy
where it
had
gets
dinner
you.
with 4. They had 4 people. There was the same amount.
Who
in
went
New
with
York.
him? Little Sass.
I don't know who. Trent, Frankie. I don't know who else. But yeah, great dinner. Mincy, you'll come next time.
Oh yeah, heck yeah, I'll come. I look
You
forward-
still owe us a fucking dinner.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to take over the show, but
No, you're back.
23
Stepped into this.
23 text messages this morning I got
Okay.
from Mr. Stuart Finer.
I believe it. He called out Twitter too. He was saying something about taking us to dinner. To
Look,
pay.
yeah, look at this. All the dinner.
Oh, that's what they were.
But random texts in between. One of them goes, "Whenever is good for you, Brandon, Rico, Mintz, and Ev." And then he just goes, "My favorite crew on God's green earth." And then just more asparagus, oysters, fucking salads, and all this shit. And then I think, woohoo, I love you and miss you.
Stu sent the funniest tweet I think I've read, like about me last week, where he goes, I'm gonna admit it. When you got hired, Mitzi, I just thought you were a fat, lazy sack of shit. He goes, I've never been more wrong on my evaluation of a person in my entire life. I loved it. I was just dying.
He's
That's
the
a
best.
Stu,
I
that's
love Stu.
No, he's unbelievable.
He's
There's
the
only one
best.
kind. We need to get him. I know during non-football he isn't around as much here. We got to get him on here with us.
I think that's by the company's
By
choice.
design.
I think they changed the locks. And we love Stu. I'd have him here every day. It's not my choice.
So we
I'm
gotta
just
go.
saying.
We're all going to Farmingdale as a dinner when we all have time, and Stu's gonna take us out to dinner.
All right.
All right, I want to get into this Baylor West Virginia game. What a hell of a
Unbelievable.
game that was last night. How the hell you cover that?
Uh,
4.5? Come on, man.
Sick.
I had
Sick.
that
It was
too. the
crazy,
best.
crazy. I mean, and I'll even admit that charge call at the end,
Tough.
little fugazi. Probably could have let the boys play there. But honestly, probably even a block.
I thought we were gonna get the putback at the end.
I thought.
I didn't think the 3 was going, but I thought he'd put it back up. I was like,
I mean, and just even the blunder at the end of regulation by both of them. I mean, the god awful
Oh my god!
like Hail Mary pass by Baylor to just throw it out of bounds, and then West Virginia gets the ball right there on their half of the court. Don't even really get like a good look. Get kind of like a bad 3, like uncontested 3.
But bro, Baylor showed everyone knew Baylor was good, and like they have a tough schedule in the Big 12. No matter what, they've lost one game. What they did last night, I don't care. They put on a show to me. They had Jared Butler, who their best player, got fouled out in the overtime, and like they still like that's how deep they are. That they still have another pro on that team where they could just take over. You know what I mean? And like I don't know, Baylor's good, but West Virginia also showed a lot too. Where
especially
it's
when
like
Sherman's shooting like that. We haven't seen that.
What's the guy
Virginia's-
McNeil? That guy was
McNeil's
banging 3s.
wet.
That's a deadly con. So I
They're
said
gonna be
that's their.
a-
That's
And
that's,
Miles McBride is a stud.
they'll be a
yes.
2 seed, West Virginia.
Think so?
I think so.
Three at worst, probably.
I think 3 at worst. But I think they're gonna get a 2.
That win showed a lot about Baylor's character to me because
Mhm.
they looked rusty coming out of the long COVID break. They played like shit against Iowa State last week, won by 5. Lost as a road favorite at Kansas on Saturday. Huge bounce back win on the road against a great opponent. Still rusty coming off COVID. I don't know that win showed a lot of championship mettle to me.
And people
It was
are like
impressive.
always like they don't understand like the Corona pause. Like they're not touching a basketball for 2 weeks. Like when Michigan went on pause, that was their own doing. They practiced a week before coming back. Like Baylor didn't practice at all.
No.
Going in rusty against Iowa State, and they were losing that game, and then they played Kansas. Then they got their shit kicked in. Like this was a huge this was
Yeah.
what showed like Baylor's for real.
Because if they had just lost that game in regulation, it's crazy just the way, like, obviously it's all about wins and losses, but it's crazy the way perspective can change by just like a couple of points. Like if they had just lost that game in regulation, everyone in the media would just be like out on Baylor, on Baylor, fraud. They pull out in the end. Now everyone's like they're back, and then obviously we haven't talked Michigan. Obviously
that's what we're getting into
gets
now.
shit on, and all of a sudden everyone's like Michigan's #1 team, and I was drinking the Kool-Aid too. And now it's like Baylor's back, Michigan stinks, which I don't think they stink, but obviously laid up. Their 2 losses, they've laid massive eggs.
What the hell happened in that I was taping trivia last night, so I didn't get to see the first half of Illinois Michigan because it was during
It was just a classic blowout. Quick 2 things on Baylor. Did it seem like West Virginia gave up a ton of uncontested dunks and layups
Yeah.
throughout the game? You're like a bad switch and like just a lot. Like that's a lot of points for an elite game. That was a Sweet 16, Elite 8 type of feel. A Big 12 championship, like a big game atmosphere. And it looked like West Virginia, for as well as they played, gave up a ton. The play, I know it's very insignificant in the terms of the game, But did you think that 3 at the half by Baylor was like a we played so bad, or we were up, we gave it back to them, but they were still up at the half to hit that 3 to extend it to 4? I thought going into the half was a momentum. Like, hey, I thought that was a really big play. And as it turned out, obviously the game goes into fucking overtime. 3 points matter. I just remember having the tweet literally ready of like West Virginia took all their punches and they're gonna be up at the half, and then they had a bad possession. They gave up the 3, and now they're down 4. You know what I mean? So I just thought that was like one of those like, I'll keep your eye on. Obviously every basket matters, but
No, I thought that was huge too. No, it's exactly what you said. I mean, they were up big like most of the half, then give it all back.
if West Virginia takes it over, it's like
and
you know
then
what
especially
I mean?
where
At
the only reason the ball's in there, Baylor like they fuck up,
Right.
and then they just get the ball back, bang a 3 at the buzzer.
Also, West Virginia Huggins wasted a timeout early because it was like a CYO play. There was nobody to inbound it to. 4 guys ran down the court. Like, that can't happen in fucking college. You know, so like maybe we look at it and it's like, oh, West Virginia's for real, and I do too. But maybe start to add up some of those mental things and like just take a little bit more of a look at West Virginia of like they might get in their own way. And now this is another close loss. They lost to Texas close. You know, you start to add up West Virginia's close losses. Can they close? It's just something to keep your eye on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think with them too, it's like they hit way too many tough shots to lose that game. Like, especially down that stretch, just like threes, contested jumpers, like, and multiple guys just like big time tough shots. It just seemed like it just was tough to swallow if you're a West Virginia guy, just to see them hit that many good shots like that and be that hot down the stretch and just kind of cough up the game like that. Like you said, like they did give up a ton of easy baskets on defense, but on offense they played unbelievably well.
Yeah, I think Fraschilla said it too on the broadcast. Was he doing the game? I'm pretty sure he was. Yeah, he said this is not a classic West Virginia press Virginia. This is an offensive juggernaut. You know, like
I noticed they've been playing high scoring games.
Yeah, he's like, if you're a casual basketball fan, like tune in. Fucking West Virginia is loaded on offense. So it's interesting. We talked about like Georgia Tech, triple option. Like teams get those identity, but that's what makes Huggins a great coach. He can adjust. You know, I have 5 guys who could score. All right, I'm going to coach them differently. You know, I don't have to win games in the 50s.
If anyone's watching on YouTube, I'm not staring at Big Ev. I'm watching the LaSalle St. Joseph.
LaSalle has unbelievable uniforms, by the way.
Bang!
Wow.
LaSalle.
I want to get over to this Illinois-Michigan game. What the hell happened in that first half?
It's honestly what Rico said. I saw Dan tweet it too. Like, it's just a straight up ass kicking.
It was
no 2 ways about it. They were just way better last
buzzer
night.
to buzzer. It was not even close. I've got shut up literally with. I've said they don't have anyone besides Io and Cockburn, and they do. They did yesterday. Corbello played great. It's just
Frazier lit it up.
Let me tell you
Frazier.
something. Are they better without Io? Are they?
I knew that someone would bring this up. Obviously, just the little run they've been on since he's been out. I knew it, especially rattling off a big win like that.
First,
I knew someone was going to bring it up.
They lost to Michigan State without him, right?
That's such like a fucking...
They did, though?
Oh, no, didn't he? He got hurt in that
war.
game.
He got hurt in that
I think he got
game.
hurt at the end of the game.
But you have to think about it. They just beat the hottest team in America at the moment. Everyone was waiting for Michigan to lay their egg. Indiana was waiting to lay their egg. They were waiting to lay their egg against Iowa. They just won't do it. And then they laid an egg against Iowa-less Illinois.
So, like, spin zone, is it less of an impressive win because anybody could have beat Michigan last night?
No.
It was on the road, too.
No,
You know
I
what
don't think so.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know what you're
egg,
saying.
that's a fucking stink fest. I think Nebraska would have beat Michigan the way they played last night.
No, I think that
I'm not trying to take anything away from Illinois, and they beat them, and I give them credit. But I'm just saying, Michigan was a D+ effort last night.
I guess the only thing that's concerning is I mentioned like their other loss was they lost by like 20 to I think Minnesota. They got blown out by. So it's like basically they either play awesome or they just are just god awful. Which I mean they've been awesome way more than they've been god
they're
awful.
awesome 18 out of
20
games,
that's pretty fucking
you're gonna
good.
take
No,
that,
I don't
you
think
know?
that, But again, I keep saying it too. I think the other thing to worry about, Juwan Howard's never won an NCAA tournament game.
Everyone's never won one until they won one. I hear you. Like he obviously somewhat inexperienced.
You're telling
coach.
me who am I going to pick?
I hear you. I hear you.
I think it's just as much coaching. It's a lot players, but I think coaching matters. And you see it with a lot of these guys. Navigate. Izzo finds his way to a Final Four as a 7 seed. Bill Self always gets his team ready. I'm just saying.
No.
It's something to keep an eye on. Do
No.
I think I'm going to take Michigan off my top tier? No. If you ask me just to pick one team, that makes me hesitate on Michigan just a little bit. That's all I'm going to say.
No.
Honestly, all I'll say is especially like how hot it was like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, kind of the talk of like Baylor.
That pisses me off, that take. That's worse than my IO.
I think it's a pretty legitimate take.
No.
I'm not saying they're never going to win. I'm just saying it's worth keeping an eye on.
I think it's
the way he worded it that annoyed you.
Yeah.
Like if he had just said he was inexperienced, I think you could have stomached that better.
Well, hasn't won an NCAA tournament game yet.
He hasn't won one. And if I
it's
really,
true.
I know it's true.
It's the way I know you well enough. It's the way if he had just said Juwan Howard, inexperienced coach, you would have just taken that. You would have been like, all right.
If I really wanted to be a prick, I would say that he never won one as a player because those got vacated as well. But I'm not doing that. That's clickbait. I'm not doing that. That's clickbait.
Yeah, I'm glad you're being the better man.
Exactly.
One other thing I just want to mention super quick is, Rico, you've been talking a lot about Arkansas Musselman lately. I know South Carolina stinks. I'm not going to say they don't, but that was like a super trap spot last night.
Absolutely.
They just beat LSU in a big comeback on Saturday in like a national game. They're on the road in Columbia Tuesday night. In college basketball, you see teams no show there and play sluggish a lot. They did not. This team's on a super roll. They won 102-73. This team feels like they feel like they're the best team in the SEC right now. I don't even think it's close.
It's them or Bama.
Yeah, I think
Bama's
they're a lot better
still really good. But there is no sleeping when you play for a fucking energy ball of a coach who guys seem to really like. He's got every promo. He's got every locker room speech. They're high energy practices. He's good on social media. Like, there is no letdowns with that team. They're gonna lose a game to a team that's better than them or more talented, but they're not losing any kind of. They're not sleepwalking through any type of game with a guy like that. I'm sorry.
Jalen Williams out last night too. One of their best players.
Quick plug: Nate Oates bench mob tomorrow.
Recording today.
There you go.
We deserve that game in the SEC. We deserve a rubber match. Yep. Arkansas, Alabama.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get that in the SEC tournament. Speaking of Nate Oates, Bama, I mean, I was huge on Bama yesterday. They won by 12 and they're fair by 10.5. I'm kind of glad I pulled that one out. I mean, it wasn't like a great game.
I would say they were up big too, weren't they? They were up at least like 20 probably.
The play, I went heavy on the first half because I said it. Senior night, they're gonna come out. Auburn without their best player. Listen, Bama, they're like watching an NBA team. And the more you read about Oates, we'll talk about it obviously in the interview. But that's designed. I know I criticize teams for threes. I think there's a method to that madness, and they're really doing well at it. They got a ton of guys who could shoot. Shackelford's unbelievable.
Did you see what he did to the court?
No, I didn't actually.
He has did you see that? What Oates did to the court? Try and look it up. It's like he did lines on the court.
Oh, yes. Jake has it.
With
I thought you meant last night.
No.
Like
he has
he
like a
kissed the court or
4-pointer.
something. Yeah.
4 pointers, and he has so you have to shoot from like half court to shoot a 3-pointer because they shoot so many threes.
Yeah, he puts it as a Dame Steph, and it's 4 points. He basically eliminated the mid-range.
Oh, wow. Okay, well.
But it's an interesting strategy when you think about it.
It's crazy what he's done with that program already.
They have a McDonald's All-American, too, on the way.
Yeah, it's crazy what they've done, but good for them.
The more good teams, the better in college basketball. You know?
You fucking got to take that as you're right.
I'm going to touch like 30 seconds on Ole Miss beating Kentucky.
I'm happy I'm back.
So Ole Miss beats Kentucky last night. It's now 8-14, but I have to mention this. Ole Miss now, with a win, 14-95 all time against Kentucky in basketball.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's what I was saying. I was tweeting about it last night. I'm like, look, Ole Miss may not be going to the tournament. Kentucky might be 8-13, but damn it, this matters because we never beat them.
Did what's-his-face beat him? Henderson?
I think he beat him once. I'm not totally sure because we didn't play him in the tournament. We beat Florida. They beat Florida in the SEC tournament final. One other thing that was funny, Kentucky, Devion Mintz, their point guard. Yeah. Watching a dude with the last name of Mintz score against Ole Miss was the weirdest vibes I've ever had. I need a Mintz Kentucky jersey because Kentucky's kicker got me to Barstool too. I think like Kentucky Athletic Department, you want to send me a Mintz jersey? I'm throwing the floor is yours. But anyway, that's all I wanted to comment on.
Kentucky only gives stuff to recruits, free stuff to recruits, not media members.
Marty, this Duke Georgia Tech game, what'd you think? I mean, overtime could have gone either way.
Well, it's 2 overtimes in a row. They lose. They win both those games. They're in the tournament. The problem is this: there's no excuses. They didn't play very great, but a little bit of a ref show with Matthew Hurt getting Matthew Hurt gets fouled out with 5 minutes left. Duke is not good enough to not have him on offense because without him on offense, they had relied on like Joey Baker, who's the worst 3-point shooter. He has the yips like I've never seen in my life. And like Wendell Moore takes stupid shots. It's just, and they had to win on that. First of all, the Georgia Tech's last possession had to be the worst last possession I've ever seen in my life.
Horrible.
I don't know if you hadn't watched the Pelicans would argue.
To just have like a full 30 seconds
Hold my
and the
beer.
guy just shoots like a contested like 30-foot three and
Air
it just
ball.
airballs completely.
But now this, I think, what's his name didn't have any idea of what the rules were on free throws. Did you see his missed free throw?
Oh my god.
He threw it off the top of the backboard.
No, the only explanation is that he thought it was a legal play.
Yeah, he just
He-
didn't.
he-
Like
he-
throw
like,
it
he
off
was
and
just
come
back
back to him.
He had
to.
they were down 2, like 1 free throw trying to miss. He literally threw it off the top of the backboard. He didn't even think about it. Like he just got the ball from the ref and like, just straight off just threw
It's
it.
crazy. Like Duke, man.
But that's even you have to say like that's like him not knowing that. That's Coach K.
No, he knew. That's
There's
just
no
me.
way he knew the way he threw it. Like,
if you look at,
there's no way he was trying to hit the rim. He
Maybe
threw
he
it
had
like
like a brain
5 foot
fart,
above the
forgot
rim.
the
I was making a joke that he didn't know.
Did
like,
he-
No, I think he did not know.
if you
I'm
look,
dead
if
serious.
you look back at it, he was like went like this. Like he knew what he fucked up. He just did it bad.
I mean,
But
he
you can't do
he
that.
think about where the rim is. This ball went above the square. Like it wasn't even close to the
It's
rim.
just this team, man.
Did he think it was going to hit that and hit the rim?
It was a laser.
It was a laser? All right.
I legitimately think he might not have known.
You know, that's what pisses me off. Duke fan Rico Bosco's asking fucking you about what happened, and he's just not a fan. Mincy's watching Ole Miss last night
I am.
against Kentucky and Ole Miss fucking sucks. And you're a Duke
We're
fan.
mediocre.
For 25 years, we've made the tournament, and you don't give a flying cunt.
There's no one to root for on the team. I'm
Yes, there
sorry.
is.
There's no one
Yes,
to
there
root
There's a
is.
difference.
So
Matthew Hurt-
Rico didn't
Yeah,
spend-
probably
Rico
Hurt-
didn't
Hurt's
spend
probably
10
Matthew
years
Hurt
of his
so
life.
checked out.
Matthew Hurt scores 22 points a game.
It's Hurt,
DJ
yeah.
Stewart
I
is
root
a
for
fun
Hurt.
person to watch. It's
Clearly not.
I hate and every team you have. Big Ev's a Giants fan. I'm a Giants fan. The Giants have been terrible for the past 3 years. I still watch every game and I die with them. Ole Miss is never going to win a national championship.
No.
Mincy's going to watch
Well,
them.
like, there's a difference. I spent 10 years at Oxford at Ole Miss personally, and so I have just too much time and money invested not to watch it all.
Don't get me pissed off, Rico, but do you guys think beat UNC and make the semifinal of the ACC?
No, it's not enough.
Still no.
No.
I think with one
with those two losses.
Louisville
guys
and
are-
Georgia
Yeah.
Tech, no way.
Yeah, they had
See,
to.
that's
Because if
where
you
guys
if you
are
had
wrong.
won both those games, I'd be like, you're in a good spot.
Even if you won one, you could do good.
If we won both, we're in. That's not even. That's not. a
you
question.
can't come out like what are they 11 and 10?
Yeah.
Like come on.
So it'd be
Georgia
12
Tech needed
Come
that
on.
last night, too. That's what I said.
I can guarantee if we win on Saturday and make it to at least a semifinal, Duke gets in.
No.
You have to realize the people on the bubble.
Well, no,
dude.
I understand. I mean, I understand they want Duke in for ratings, and they'll take any excuse they can to put Duke in. Their
Listen
resume
to
is
you.
just so bad.
Listen
They
to
basically
me.
just beat Virginia. That's it.
I mean, Clemson and
Clemson's-
Syracuse is a bubble team.
We've gone over this 50
Clemson
times. Their
stinks.
resume stinks.
But listen to me.
Cuse is okay.
First-
I actually like Cuse tonight.
First 4 teams in.
Who they got?
who they play? They're at home.
They're playing Clemson.
that's Clemson.
Yeah,
I
I
was
was
like-
under. I'm about
If you have the
spoiled
first
there.
4 teams in, it's Colorado State, Seton Hall, fucking. I'm just making up teams right now. They are on the bubble.
Colorado State's a very good basketball
If you
team.
have those type of names
They
in,
are.
and Duke's the first 4 out, I can guarantee they put Duke in.
I think
just to
Duke,
give Colorado State's, I think they're like in.
Yeah.
They're good. I'm telling you.
I'm just saying.
I
like,
love the Rams.
when
but-
you-
Yeah,
team
yeah, yeah.
names
We got
like
some
that.
beef out there. You claiming the Mountain West now? You see
Listen,
this,
yo, I've been
Vince?
sharp in the Mountain West.
Rico's Mountain-
I've
Come
been
on.
sharp
Come
in
on,
the Mountain
Vince.
West.
Rico's
Come
Mountain
on,
West guy.
Vince.
I know that.
I've been sharp in the Mountain West.
I love it. I love the
I'm up
competition.
watching CBSSN at 11 p.m. every night. Every night till
All right,
1 in the
but
morning.
who was out there? And then you said, "Oh, I got a friend out there. I'm gonna move out there." I was out there alone.
Listen,
by
I've been out there.
myself.
I've been out there for a long time. You
Oh.
talk about it more.
All right,
I've been out there. I'm
All
a
right.
Mountain West guy in football,
even
everything.
better. I just didn't know you were my neighbor. Now we'll go to the pool.
I'm
club.
telling you, CBSSN,
interested.
9 p.m.,
Yeah, it's
11 p.m.
Those
unbelievable.
Mountain
11
West.
p.m. Those late these start times here.
I love it. Little San Jose State versus
Listen,
Air
you
Force.
Ben, let me get a little tip. From October or September till like March, you just say, "Ain't gonna sleep."
Okay.
That's it. Just put it in your head and say, "I'm not sleeping," and commit to the late night games. And then in the spring and the summer, go to bed.
I get
Watch
a
your
little
baseball
educated.
game at 7
The beauty of
o'clock.
Barstool, it's not like you have to be
Maybe
in this
watch a-
office.
maybe
You
watch
don't
a
have to
few-
be at this office at 7:30 a.m. every day at least.
Right. Maybe watch a few programs, but in the spring, watch your baseball games, a few day games. get your sleep April to September. That's
Okay.
my advice.
Sleep when I die.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You
Y'all,
can't- it's the stuff out west is too entertaining.
It's great.
the late night West Coast NBA is like, I tried to stay up and watch Suns Lakers last night and failed.
Yeah,
I did, yeah. The Sun, they pulled it out. And even when Booker got ejected, they still pulled it out. It was impressed. They shot the ball real well, especially late. They made some clutch threes down the stretch.
Yeah, that was a big win for them.
Shout out Playboy Marty for the pick.
Dude,
Suns.
Marty,
Cashing the
Tristan,
Suns.
I'll say this funny. He must be getting worked real hard on this league because I came back last night from exercise and I was watching Ole Miss cricket. Marty was out cold on the couch with 4 minutes left in the Celtics Clippers game. Like didn't even stay up for and then Marty's the most diehard Suns guy. She must be working his ass into the ground if he missed that Suns Lakers game.
I gotta be honest. I don't know what Zach. Can you shed some light on the? This is literally for me. The what's his name? Zlatan.
Oh, Zlatan.
Oh,
Zlatan.
that's 14
Zlatan
goals in
Ibrahimovic.
14 games at 39 years old, and
Yeah.
he's washed up.
What's the take that everyone's that you like? If I see Za tweeting about something, that means like it's something.
Yeah,
'Cause-
well, I wasn't really interested in the political thing because he made a political statement. I wasn't really interested in that. I was more keyed in on Trista calling him trash, in her trying to deliver his political thing that he had mentioned. So his political beliefs are whatever they are.
yeah.
But calling Zlatan Ibrahimovic trash when he is single-handedly carrying AC Milan right now at the age of 39 is just crazy. AC Milan is in Serie A, which is one of the top leagues on the planet in the biggest game in the fucking world. The guy is playing at an elite level where, people usually peak when they're 27, 28. This guy is 39 right now. He's meant to be retired, but he's the best in the game, one of the best in the game. And for Trista Crick, who probably still fucking thinks that the guy is still at the Galaxy, to call him trash is just come on.
Okay, so this is one thing. My one take on shit. Like I'll always yeah, soccer is soccer to me. It's like I don't give a fuck, but I will never talk shit about it because let me shed some light. Whoever Zlatan is
Zlatan.
has 46 million followers on Instagram. Correct?
Soccer guys are on a different level.
6
I don't
million,
follow
and that's
soccer,
not
I
like
don't know these
one of
guys,
like
but-
they are the most popular fucking people in the world.
I don't know if it is anymore, but do you know what the number one video on YouTube was for like a long time? Was Ronaldo doing that fucking dance on the goal. Za probably knows.
Did you know Pele?
Za, what the hell is that song?
Which
I by Law or something like that? Ronaldo doing the fucking dance? You know the one I'm talking about?
I by law.
Whatever.
Did you know Pele's still alive? Me and Big Ed were talking about last night in Clubhouse. He's still going.
Literally, I know you only reason know on ESPN that ticker drove by that he got the vaccine.
Yeah.
Oh wow, awesome.
It was at Pele 80 got vaccinated. You know how much of a legend you have to be? Like he stopped playing like 40, 50 years ago, and we're getting notifications that he got vaccinated.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he's still like
What a that's
How relevant
an
he still
icon.
is.
That's an icon.
that is, it's a,
And also he falls in that term of like the one name person. Like what is Pele even his first or last name? I don't even know.
I think it's his
Doesn't
last
matter.
name.
I don't. It's like each.
He's just Pele.
Who's the biggest soccer player playing right now? Is it like
Ronaldo still.
Either Ronaldo or Messi.
I want to look up.
Ronaldo, Messi. So
Ronaldo.
Oh, in terms of social media,
I bet he's got
following,
100
So
million.
Ronaldo, he's got like
Yeah.
150. 150.
Messi
no,
has
250.
190 million.
Ronaldo has 250 million.
Because
on
see-
it.
Let's
like
look
the whole
at
world.
let's look at like Patrick Mahomes.
I think at one point,
1.2 million.
Holmes is like 7.
That's 4.5. Like
It's
that's
because
how
we
crazy
we
it
think
is,
we're the
bro.
shit running just here, and then they're just running literally the entire globe.
Yes, 100%.
they're treated like kings in their home countries too.
Oh, yeah.
Like Mo Salah's from Egypt. When he goes back to Egypt,
Oh, my-
they throw parades just because he's there.
Yeah,
I mean, think it's like a country like
Like
that
he-
to produce like one of the best soccer players in the world.
like he goes to the fucking grocery store. They were doing. They're literally in the streets, like
Soccer's
saying,
fucking
"Good
weird,
job
man.
getting the peanut butter, my guy." Like that's literally.
You think he's
it.
going to get his own peanut butter in Egypt?
He'll just once to pretend
He's got
like
girls
he's,
licking peanut butter off his balls.
It's just,
He's not going to the
he's
grocery
not
store
a-
for peanut
He's
butter.
not a dog.
Oh,
When,
man.
when you're fucking the king, he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
I feel like has everyone in high school had one guy or one girl that's had a story that she was getting dogged in the butt and poop came out and
Oh,
blamed
yeah.
it on the dog. I
I
feel
don't
like
know where
every
the
Well,
show's
not
gone.
well. The blame it on the dog is a curveball.
Oh, I've heard it. I've heard this happen. Like, I feel like this is happening.
Or
every high school.
see, it's funny you went that way because I thought you were
We
gonna
went to
say. I feel
different
like there's
high
always one like weird kid who like admitted that he let like his dog lick peanut butter off his
Yeah, I've
balls
had
or
that.
something.
I had that too.
There's always one kid.
Not me, the person in my school. Yeah, his name was Mike.
Definitely,
Kid on the island.
definitely wasn't you.
His nickname was Spud. The rumor was he fucked the couch. I was at a party. They're like, "Oh, that's Spud. Yeah, he fucked the couch." All right.
I feel like everyone's kind of like not like literally fuck the couch, but like you know, like when you're a little kid, you know
No.
what I'm talking about.
No, I've never fucked the couch. You have? You?
I'm saying when you're a little kid, you never like do a little inchworm on the carpet when you're a kid. You know, Rico knows what I'm talking about.
I mean, I know the words coming out of your mouth. I know that I didn't do it. I might get so excited.
Might have been a weird kid.
I might get so excited I jump up and down to take a nap on the couch.
I had an unnamed friend that we used to call Humphrey because he liked to hump his Ninja Turtles when he was a kid.
Christ.
I will not mention his name. No names mentioned, but now that Ev brought that up. So, all right, steering the ship back to sports. Ev, what happened to the Knicks last night? Just no show?
Yeah, I mean, especially the second half, they were bad. Late in the
Still
egg.
learning to win on the road.
Yeah, what are you
Young
gonna do?
team. No,
Young
I mean,
team.
Who cares? They're fucking 5th in the East. Fucking kids. It's good stuff for the Knicks. It is. It's
500.
I don't. And
We got a banner up, 500.
people fucking get all worked up, like, oh my god, the Knicks like are such a joke now. It's like the NBA is better when the Knicks are fucking good.
Obviously.
It's just so much a buzz around it, and I mean, who's this? Who's the newest? Quickly is the guy.
Unreal.
He's the best. Like I haven't watched the NBA at all.
You always
That's
wait.
great.
You wait till after the Final
Yeah.
Four and then watch
wait
like the
till
last
it's-
few weeks of the regular season
I'll
and then
be
watch the
the-
playoffs.
Or anytime there's a bubble and he can call himself Bubbles.
Yeah,
Then
that's
he
also
starts tuning
true.
into the NBA.
That's also very.
I
true.
will say, Marty, the Pelican fans are waiting on you.
Yeah, I can't wait.
There's enthusiasm. There's a buzz.
I
About
can't wait.
About
I'm
Marty
gonna,
Bush.
I'm gonna
parting
be
the
I
ways.
really only watch the playoffs.
huge.
There's too much
Pelicans
right
fan.
now. Like I have to have my eyes on.
Can you
college.
No,
believe-
I mean, yeah, and to analyze.
Have
No,
to.
to analyze it
Have
too.
to.
Yeah.
Can you believe that it's the All-Star break in the NBA?
Kind of weird that they're playing an All-Star game.
I know. I was
Why?
shocked they were too this year.
Why,
Just like why?
bro? Texas and Mississippi just no mask anymore.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
crazy.
But it, like, do you
Mississippi's top 4 in vaccination rate though. I mean, my mom, almost all the
'cause
older
there's
people.
only like 9 people there.
That's true. There's 2 million.
And
And
we-
2 million total.
and
but-
we got 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit.
yeah, you got the whole
I would say
trip
Min-
here.
I would say
3 of them we got.
Mincy moved up, the population just decreased.
Yeah,
Three.
he's out.
Who's the third?
Playboy Marty.
He's Louisiana.
not-
He's LSU
All
guy.
right,
He's
all
LSU
right, all
guy.
right. Calm the fuck down.
All good.
No, not you.
Okay.
The right side of the desk.
The right side, strong side.
Right side, strong side.
I almost,
like
tweeted,
Mario
I almost
Kart.
tweeted that the other day.
Nice, bro.
That's too funny. Looking ahead, I have a pretty big card for today. Did y'all?
Small.
I saw
Small.
you're cutting it down.
No, I cut it from like 12 to 10.
Okay.
I'm still doing the NBA a little bit. So the Atlantic 10 tournament starting. Rico, did you have any plays on the A10 tourney?
Davidson at 6 to
6 to 1. Okay, because we're watching it right now. St. Joe's and LaSalle tied at 55. Fordham and George Washington getting going.
Listen, it's such a wild league up and down. I know VCU is very good, but if Davidson can get them in a semi, you know, I know the Bonnies are the one sitting on the other side. I'll take my chances at Davidson at 6 to 1 in the A10. And I mean, listen, I don't know how much of it did you watch last night? You see the Horizon highlights,
I did not.
Yo, crazy.
bro, nuts. So like,
And they were
ones
like
out,
underdog, and they were like underdogs knocking off like Wright State. That was honestly one of the worst collapses maybe in the history of basketball.
sick.
I think they were
What
up
happened?
I think they were up 24, 26 with literally like 5 minutes left, and they lost.
What?
Yeah,
26 or 5 minutes
I'll
left?
It
send
might
you
have,
the
it was
highlights.
26. It might have been like 7 minutes. I know like it was like 5 minutes. They were up 20 and they
so
lost.
it was so bizarre.
And they lost like the 9 seed in the conference.
Put it this way.
8 seed in the conference.
I had Cleveland State on because I think Cleveland State can win that conference. I've bet on Cleveland State here and there on the Friday nights when the Horizon plays. I had Cleveland State in my 4th box. I was like, I tweeted out, Cleveland State's in trouble. Somebody tweets back, Northern Kentucky. Northern Kentucky wins on a buzzer beater. That was the only game that didn't.
I saw you tweet.
and he
Yeah.
missed like 3 tips in a row and got the
I think it was
last
the
one.
only game that didn't go into overtime, 1-point game. Then people go, oh, huge collapse from Wright State. Then you start tweeting about that. So now you got to get that on. I took a blowout off. I put Wright State on. Then the other one was Oakland, whatever, ends up going to overtime. That was a close. Like literally all 4 games.
It's like Youngstown, Oakland, maybe.
Youngstown, Oakland
Yeah.
goes into overtime. That was the one I didn't really watch. I caught the highlights after. But the Cleveland State game was bananas.
I'm
Double
gonna say there was a
overtime.
three at the end, and then in the one OT somebody banked a three
It was
to
nuts.
force another
There's
OT.
nothing better than a bank 3 buzzer beater.
Mayhem.
That's championship week. That's a conference, one bid. They're all do or die. The 1 and 2 almost go out, and they reseed. So like the 3 would have been wearing white at home. It's a lunacy of a tournament, lunacy. And last night was really entertaining.
What
So was Baylor and West Virginia.
Yeah, that was at 5 o'clock though.
So was Duke, Georgia Tech.
Duke, Georgia Tech was at 8.
So what was the 9 o'clock game?
I want to hear you keep saying like the smaller tournaments, like which ones are interesting, especially as they hit the semis and finals to watch. Because I feel like I never know which ones to what I need to be watching.
Belmont was supposed to be running away with the Ohio Valley.
Okay. They always win it.
Yeah, they're the one, but they've lost 2 in a row. I think the A-10 is going to be very entertaining. I've said it all year. I can't wait for the Mountain West. Winthrop's kind of a heavy favorite in the Big South. I'm trying to think of, is there another smaller one? The
Honestly,
MAC's kind of wide open.
Yeah, the Max. They've been. You've been seeing like 6 and 11 teams beating like 7. It was Toledo last week. They were up 22. They were up like 18 with like 5 minutes left. They lost to Central Michigan. I think they're like 6 and like 12, like an awful team. Blew a big lead.
The Missouri Valley's going to be really good.
Yeah, usually is.
You know, Drake's going to be fighting. It'd be interesting to see Drake. Drake deserves to get that third game.
It sucks
with
they
Loyola,
lost.
even though they're down 2 guys. But Loyola plays so slow. I think Drake can still hang in that game. I'm rooting for Drake in that one. But I would say that Mountain West, Missouri Valley, and now the fucking Horizon is must watch.
Mountain
The
West.
end of this is
Mountain West. I
must-watch.
legitimately think has 5-6 teams that could win the tournament.
Without a doubt. Nevada's 25-1.
See, it was because you
Ghost
said
Derek
it.
Musselman.
What?
The ghost of Musselman.
Yeah, but
You're
just
still good? No.
Yeah, no. I mean, listen, they've played. They battled with Utah State. I took them when they were plus 7.5. Boise had a bad loss. Like Boise's very up and down.
What's the?
I think Colorado. I think you're on to Colorado. What'd you get them at? Colorado State.
I think I got him at 5. I think there might be 4 now because I just saw they beat Boise. I think 2 games in a row. I was on. They might have lost the second one. They've played with all those teams really well.
San Diego
against
State's
those
really
teams.
good, but I said if you had to take a top tier, I take Colorado State. If you're looking for a flyer, I say take Nevada. Those would be my 2
What
picks
is
out west.
St. Louis for the A10?
Heavy favorite.
Yeah, I think
they're
they're like.
favorite?
I think they're like.
Price.
I think like.
Is A10 off
Either,
the,
like,
is A10
plus
off the
250.
board now?
I think they're.
It
I think
should
it's
be,
under.
yeah.
It's under
Hopefully
4 to
they'll
1.
put the odds up after
Under
today.
They
though.
should. I'll tell you.
I think
right
it's
now.
like 3 something or 2, like either plus like 275 or like 350.
like 250 or something like that. Hold on. Let's see if the A10's still up.
Okay, I feel like they put,
Oh,
will
it
put it
might-
up.
it
They might
probably
re-put
isn't.
it up after the games are over tonight,
No,
though.
they
And just
pulled it.
redo it, you know.
They pulled it.
I think it was. If I remember, it was plus like 375 or something like that.
Okay.
Pac-12 is going to be pretty decent.
Pac-12
yeah,
seems-
that's
Oregon's
pretty
got
wide
a big
open
one
too.
tonight.
Yeah, that will be.
Colorado State, you could get 4-1. Nevada, you could get 25-1.
25 to 1 flyer.
I also still think
You said
I mean, it's-
Providence, Big East too, right?
that's what I was just going to say. I still think the Big East, you could see the 1 and 2. I know they play tonight. You can see Villanova and Creighton both lose in the quarterfinals in the Big East. I don't know who's going to beat them, but they're so up and down. They are so up and down, Creighton and Nova.
No, those teams like we talked about, like Providence. Like if St. John's, like I know Posh Alexander, I think his game time decision. Like if he's healthy, like they've shown like they beat Villanova, like they can beat those good teams. Seton Hall on a given night can get hot. Like they got shooters, they
Plus,
can beat those
teams
teams.
need the tournament. Providence needs wins. You know, like what you say, if 1 and 2 are losing the Big 12, those odds would be like would be minus 50,000. 1 and 2 to lose in the same. But with the Big East, when you talk about the separation, I don't think the separation of Villanova and Creighton is much more than the league. In the Big 12, 1 and 2 is so much further than 7 and 8. You know what I mean? That's where I think they're not going to lose.
And you're starting to sell me more on that Villanova this year specifically might be a little fraudulent.
Bro, I read off their resume last night. It's pathetic.
I know because you definitely sold because I was like they really haven't beaten anybody.
Anybody.
They really haven't.
Texas in December.
That's honestly made me jump. I like Creighton tonight. I'm on Creighton.
I'm on Creighton too. I'm a little worried about the locker
It's
room.
bounced back.
I love the bounce back.
They just smoked them.
McDermott's got some shit going on in the locker room. He said something like
Yeah,
the
analogy.
plantation
it's a
thing.
tough
Yeah.
analogy, and I don't think there was malicious intent in his heart, but he does need to apologize.
It's a bad saying. It's one of
Yeah,
those just bad, like
definitely,
long
yeah,
time
yeah.
sayings.
Just say everybody, you know.
But this is a perfect spot where I've been saying all year too with you that Villanova is not as good as the number next to their name.
Absolutely not.
But this is like a spot where they just win. Because also Creighton hasn't been that good as well.
I think
They're both coming off
I
losses.
think Creighton's got a more explosive offense.
I think that too, but I've been waiting for it. Like Zagorowski's like I keep waiting for him to like
he-
take over, and he
yeah.
doesn't. So I don't know.
They have the one guy too with the goggles is a beast too. What's his name? I can't.
I forget.
Well, they
his
have
name.
Bullock, who's the shooter.
It's like Mooney or something maybe.
Yes, Mooney.
That dude's a beast.
But like
Pretty sure.
Gillespie's a beast. Like he could take over this game too. I don't know. I think tonight Villanova wins, but
I kind
obviously
of y'all. I kind of want to go ahead and run through our cards because we can break down the game. We
Yeah,
can do it, but
absolutely,
like
no.
talk about the games a little more than we usually.
We had some good stuff last night. We basically, if we had to pick it, we'd have Georgetown money line.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even some of
it's
the
just that
leans.
rat. I mean, there's something about I told Ev all about it in our club. Ev and I are going on Clubhouse every day at 2:30. But man, anytime you see road favorite by 2.5, it's just I don't know. It just always stinks.
You're right.
It's just it's a football thing too. But going ahead, Rico, you had the big night last night. I guess you can lead us off.
All right, sure.
But you explain if you know why you like it.
I'm on Creighton plus 165. I'm on Eastern Washington, Idaho State over 145. I'm a little worried about Idaho State. That's a big Sky game. I have to put that out there, even though I took a
You
bet.
bet Eastern Washington. It seems like you've got.
I love Eastern Washington, but they caught up on the spreads. I do like the over, though. They're going to score, and they played no defense. I'm on Oregon minus 4.5. And my favorite play of the night, even though they're coming off a COVID layoff, is Wichita State minus 4.5.
At Tulane.
Yeah, I'm going to give you. I know that goes against your.
No, Tulane's not that great.
But
in
I want to
basketball.
read it off. No, they're
They're not very
actually dreadful.
Yeah, they're bad. They're bad.
Here we go. So it's senior.
You know who their coach is?
Ye-
It's Hunter, the old Georgia State coach. When his
Yeah,
son,
yeah,
when his
yeah.
son
Oh, is it?
Taylor.
I didn't
Yeah,
know
he's their
that.
coach
Yeah.
now.
All right, so Tulane at home. First off, they have the 260 or 244th offense. They stink. It's senior night. Wichita State off the layoff, but Tulane has not won a home game since January 2nd when they beat Eastern Carolina. Everything else before that are teams 250 plus. So, yeah, they're at home, but they're not good at home. Wichita State just extended the coach, even off the COVID layoff. You saw how jazzed up they were for that guy? I think Wichita State bangs them. I think Wichita State fucking is looking for a bid. Wichita State big.
Say it.
You don't go to war with the Shockers.
There you go.
Don't start no shit, won't be no shit.
Attaboy.
The Seven Nation Army can't hold them down.
Yep.
Wichita. I want to ask about the UCLA Oregon because that's a big one tonight. Oregon had the good win over Arizona and a bounce back spot. UCLA won big at Utah, but then lost at Colorado. I mean, everybody's losing to Colorado this year. It seems like.
Nobody
Altitude.
is sweeping. Nobody's sweeping the back-to-backs in the Pac-12.
You
Seems
remember?
like they're cannibalizing
You remember Big
each other.
Cat's
Even
system
USC
last year?
lost Saturday.
Oh,
you
they
know?
got swept. They lost to Utah and Colorado.
Yes,
Do you remember
yes.
Do you remember Big Cat's system last year? Like when teams from the Pac-12 went to go play
The second road trip, right, he said?
Utah and Colorado in that road trip, that they lose. The altitude, it's something.
They
with
lose both of them?
It's either like if they beat the Utah, they're going to lose Colorado, and that's literally what seems to happen all the time.
UCLA is pretty good. I think Oregon has an advantage at home. Something with that, like they're really good at home. They're better at home.
You just
So-
love.
They're like that in
Oregon.
football.
I do
too.
love Oregon. Dana Altman's a great coach. Duarte's talked about being
He's a stud.
in Player of the Year conversations. It's just he's not getting a lot of love. But I'd like Oregon tonight.
I will say Mick Cronin's doing a good job at UCLA.
He is.
I mean, they've kind of been rudderless the last
I'd
few
s-
years, but he's a good coach.
That's one coach I miss being at, like Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Like I
miss it
like
too.
It's
them.
obviously it's just
They
that
definitely miss it.
gritty defensive mentality. Like it fits at Cincy. It just feels weird in Hollywood.
Yeah, it doesn't
another
look
one
right.
like that is Frank Martin. I like Frank Martin at Kansas State. I don't like him at South Carolina.
South Carolina is one of the worst basketball teams to watch.
It's in-
right now.
the fact he got him to a Final Four is
Crazy.
one of the incredible,
Crazy.
an incredible accomplishment. Okay, did you have any more?
That's it.
I just wanted to talk about UCLA.
No, 4-pack. Yeah, it's a good game. That's probably the best game of the night.
All right, who? One of y'all want to go next, or?
I'll
All
go
right.
next. Fuck it.
All right.
I was. It's obviously being played right now. I'm on LaSalle plus 2.5 in an absolute sweatbox. The over looked phenomenal. The over is just died out of nowhere.
What is it? It's right now.
It was,
It's-
I think I got 150 and a half.
Yeah.
you need OT.
They
probably.
had 73 at half. It just
Yeah.
has absolutely collapsed. But I'm on at 2:00 another A10 game. I got George Washington minus 7. I'm on Cuse minus 2.5 at home. They've only lost once at home this year. I think it was back December. I'm on UConn. A little bit of a rat line. I just believe in this team with Book Knight. I just think they're really good. I know it's like the classic rat line. It's pretty much the same situation as Xavier Georgetown yesterday. I just can't the Seton Hall team, especially as of late. They just haven't shown me that they just haven't shown me that will to win, especially when they need one. Like, I feel like we've been seeing a ton of these games where these guys that need one, they haven't been coming up with it. So I'm on UConn. I'm also on Mizzou +4. This game for me, it's just a weird line to me. I feel like everyone's going to be on Florida. Mizzou's been bad.
You talk about a team falling from grace. Mizzou beat Arkansas.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they lost to him in OT.
They just got swept by Ole Miss.
They lost to him in OT. Yeah, they did. They've lost.
And Mizzou beat Illinois.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Illinois early. Did they beat
They always
Arkansas,
play
though?
that big.
I think they
beat
lost him in
Arkansas.
OT a couple weeks ago. But
Sorry, it was Illinois that they beat early. That was the one that made me paint my fucking face. Go ahead.
I like
But
that
Mizzou,
center they
Mizzou
have.
is now
Tillman
nowhere to be found.
and Pinson. So I like them tonight. I'm on Creighton +4.5. And I'm on Florida State -18.5. This is a classic game for me. They just blow the doors off at home. Trash Boston
It's a
College.
bounce back spot after they lost that Carolina game.
Just trash Boston College. This is them at home just running it up. And then the NBA, I love the Magic +3.5. They're playing the Hawks at home. They actually just caught the Knicks in like a similar spot like a week or two ago. 3.5, 4-point line. They won outright. I even like them outright to get a good number there.
Shout out.
Probably
to
like 140, 150. And I'm on the Blazers at home +3.
I'm on that too.
I'm on FSU -19. I agree with you. They're gonna win by 30 easily. That's a game where I'm gonna be.
Y'all like the
scared.
full game or first half more in that kind of match?
Honestly, both. I might
Okay.
even take the first half. I just think it's a classic game, like at home, bounce back. Boston College is dreadful.
LaSalle's just fucking.
Boston College just beat Notre Dame, though,
Yeah, but Notre Dame.
after they fired the coach.
But like
just a heads
FSU
up.
coming off that loss,
fair
it's
point.
Like they weren't.
Firing the coach always throws me off because sometimes it's just like you don't know what's going on in the locker room.
But to bolster your point, or help your point, I should say, that might have been the best effort game. Now they get fucking
Yeah.
rocked
They
by
blew their
Florida
their
State.
load
so,
already.
Yeah, so that might
And they
help.
blew a
you.
load against a way worse team. So like it's like Florida State's gonna. I think Florida State also is gonna come out like beating the shit out of them today. Oregon -4, Nova -4.5. I disagree with Big Ev. I have Seton Hall +1.5. Seton Hall's been the most beneficial bubble team because they haven't played. Literally, they have been the most, which is crazy to say.
That goes against your COVID thing, though. You've been fading the teams off the COVID.
I know, but I think that UConn is just. I keep waiting for UConn to break out a little bit, and they keep.
They beat
don't
Marquette.
really do.
They beat Marquette pretty bad.
Yeah, Marquette's Marquette is a fluke team where they beat
They just had the
UNC
fluke
and
UNC,
like
yeah.
they're not that good because I was on them early this year. They're not very good.
UConn
and,
killed Georgetown too. I remember taking them after the Nova
and
game.
Georgetown's also bad. But I don't know. I just think Seton Hall. It's a bubble game. It's gonna be That's gonna be a really good game tonight. And I got Clemson +2.5.
All right. I have got a pretty big card. I went under 135.5 in that Clemson Syracuse. Just something about those sight lines and the Carrier Dome.
Yeah.
We saw Carolina. And then I've seen Clemson's been playing low scoring games this year.
Also, Syracuse shot the shit out of the ball against UNC, so maybe fall back to grace.
Hope so. I got the UNO, University of New Orleans Privateers by 5.5 over Northwestern State. They're Ev, I took Florida by 4, but I almost slashed it out of my card for what you were saying. It's weird because it looks obvious, and Florida's late. They lost at home to South Carolina. They almost lost at home to Ole Miss. They just won at Kentucky, but Kentucky's not that good, so it does feel kind of public.
It's like
but I still am going against Missouri on the road because I think Missouri.
It's just like they've lost 4 of the last 5. Like it just looks so easy.
Yeah, no,
so easy.
and the line being 4 and not 6, but I still took Florida, but I'm kind of wincing as I talk about it. I did go Nova by 5. I just took Nova on the bounce back after losing as a road favorite at Butler. Also took USC -7.5. USC on a bounce back. They had that
win.
really bad trip to Utah and Colorado. Yep. Now they're back at home. I think it's a spot they come out strong at home. NBA, I've gone against the Jazz twice as road favorites had gotten them in the last 4 days. They were favored by 7 in Miami and 7 in NOLA and lost outright both. I think they lose outright again in Philly tonight.
Yeah?
I think Philly's tough as nails at home. And I think the Jazz are a very good team, but they're like overvalued because that winning streak they were on was just insane. I don't go against them when they're at home, though. Then I've got, shocking as always, took New Orleans by 5.5 at home over Chicago and the over.
Yes, I was going to.
I got the over in the Pelicans. It's 237. I feel like I screwed up though as a gambler. You never want to be late to a party. How could I be jumping on this Pelicans over thing? It's 20-2 in the last 22.
It's 21 and it's 21 and 2 in the last 23.
And now I'm getting on it.
No, you're okay because I'm on it. Add that to my card, please.
If the style of play still backs you up, I think you're all right.
I'm taking the over 2 tonight.
Jesus
it doesn't
Christ.
matter if it doesn't go right. It was fun to be a part of it. That's all I
No,
gotta
that's
say.
true, but it's always like the thing in gambling. It's like everybody always jumps on stuff when someone's at the end of their heater.
Yes.
You know, and
What
like,
just happened?
and so I'm just worried, like, this, how long? I mean, this thing's been lasted forever, but how long can it go? I mean, 237's
Well,
high.
listen, you just trust your eyes. You watch the
No, they
Pelicans
don't.
more than
The whole
anybody.
thing is the Pelicans. They're the worst 3-point defense in the league.
All right,
Teams
fine.
shoot like 44% against them
Fine.
three, and
So
it's,
keep taking the over. You could live on that.
yeah. And then finally, I took Dallas by 5.5 at home against the Thunder, even though it looks a little ratty. And then Ev, I got Portland with you plus 2.5
Let's go.
at home against Golden State. So pretty big card for me, but feeling some momentum. I went 4-5 last night. Had a couple go. I lost to Kentucky Ole Miss under by half a
Saw
point
that.
with 12 seconds left, and then that West Virginia one. But whatever. I mean, that's basketball. They can go either way.
Just tough that West Virginia one was. You felt like you were on the right side the whole way. I mean, obviously not 12-2 when they came out fucking smacking them, but the rest of the way.
I wish they'd like if games go to OT, just if it's tied at the end of regulation, just grade the underdogs out as the winner. It's the worst when you've got +7 and they get beat in OT. Like, you're right about the damn game, and then they just like get blown out in OT. I wish there was some way they could do that.
No, so it's no win. Would you take this? No win. It's just a wash.
But that's when you get into the soccer stuff, and then you have the draw, win, or lose, and then
Right,
it gets,
but that's what I'm
then
saying.
then it's like 3 outcomes instead of 2.
You can't take the wash. You came here to gamble. Like you're in OT and you're getting points. Like ride the wave.
All right.
I'm just being a bitch.
It's brutal when you lose, but you.
I had
if
the
you
Spurs,
cash
Spurs,
out on that-
Spurs +6 against the Nets 2 nights ago in NBA. I lost 2 on OT, but
It's tough.
man, all in the game though. I've been on the other side of it, and certainly wasn't complaining about it then.
No.
This LaSalle St. Joe's
Brutal.
game. I thought I was looking at double winner. This is double loser and all over it.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah.
And I've been. No one's been sucking St. Joe's dick more than me the last week, and I fucking fade them
They
like an
killed
asshole.
me when I took
Like
Dayton.
an asshole, I fade them. I've been
Killed
on them. I've been
me.
on them.
They play no defense though, so
I'm not gonna like.
They're 4 and
Foul.
14.
Foul. I need a crazy like 20 points. In
No, don't
30
foul.
seconds.
Don't
right
foul
Don't
now.
foul. I'm gonna say something.
I
that
need something. They ain't gonna cover. I need points.
I liked
Miracle.
St. Joe's. This is on me. I'm not blaming anybody, but I saw somebody do research on the game and tweet it out, and I was like, you know what? That makes sense. I've changed my pick, and I'm a little upset.
I did research.
Yeah, that's why you don't do research.
I know.
Research
Instincts.
is dumb.
Just
Instincts.
gut instinct.
Yes, it is because
been
that
doing
makes
well on the
total sense.
research.
I've just been riding like the last 2-3 games in a row. I've bet them for all these wins. I've been on St. Joe's.
you took them against Dayton.
Yes,
I
all of them.
hammered Dayton big.
Actually,
Duke's hasn't
maybe that
showed
one I
up.
did.
I think he thinks I'm gonna kill him. He hasn't
That
showed
one
up
I
in a
might not.
week.
I know the last 2 I definitely. Richmond, I was on him 100%.
Well, Richmond,
in LaSalle, I was on him when they beat LaSalle in OT. I was on.
How about
St. Joe's
Richmond
also.
was ranked? They're the fucking 8 in the A10.
They stink.
Well, their coach sealed
No, well, they got ranked
Well,
because
their coach sealed their fate.
they had ranked because they beat a Kentucky team where everyone thought they were good.
Yeah, right.
No,
Didn't they beat someone else too? That was
They
like,
spanked.
they
They
beat-
spanked Kentucky.
they
too.
beat Vanderbilt. Like they beat a couple like
yeah.
bad SEC teams.
There are a few of them this year. That much I can assure you. So do y'all want to do we need to do like a conference tournament preview thing or something next week or Monday or Tuesday?
Yeah. I mean, they're moving up. Obviously, the brackets they release them.
I feel like I just want to do like a preview before they all start where we can take like our odds and long shots and stuff. I feel like we got to do that.
No, for sure. I was shitting on it too to Jeff Lowe. You remember? You obviously remember looking at bracketology. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
not,
Joe
not,
Lenardi.
No, not even that. The Champ Week. It used to be its own tab,
Oh.
and it was a list, and it would show you when all the games were played, and it would show you brackets.
I haven't, but we need it.
No, yeah, they got rid of it.
What?
It's like, or they're waiting to release it. It's very upsetting. It's like that was the best way to figure out long shots. Like, all right, well, they already beat. You could take the 6th seed here because they do well against the 3.
Yeah,
and
you
then
see the bracket.
Yeah.
You can visualize it all in one place. Somebody does like a PDF or something.
It's gone. It's like it's a disaster. But we obviously Barstool Sports app obviously has that stuff. In the American, I don't hate Memphis or Wichita State as a long shot. Wichita State's 430. Memphis is 675. How bad? Anybody watch any of South Florida last night, or was it just me because I gambled on it? Memphis fucking killed them.
So they're horrible.
Told
Yeah,
you. Start
you
to.
were all over that.
I can't wait to fade whoever they're playing in the fucking.
They're
the
just
other one.
dead team walking.
ACC is really nobody I would take. Big Ten. No.
Big Ten, I almost maybe like Purdue.
I'll give you one.
Like this is we're looking at long shots.
Yeah,
obviously.
fine, Purdue, but that's one I don't love. You're telling me you could get Kansas in the Bill Self Invitational at 5-1? I think you got to throw. I think you got to throw something on Kansas.
I don't hate it.
I mean, it's literally my friend's joke. It's literally.
Is it still in KC?
Talking about futures real quick. Owen, what's the future you have on a little team called the Friars?
I have Providence to win the Big East tournament, 50-1.
And they're 25-1 now, I think.
No, 40.
Like 40.
It's
For $1,000.
$1,000 on 50-1.
He won't sell any of the pieces.
You have 1,000?
Yeah, so I told all the guys on the gambling team I'd take them to Mykonos if they win. If Cooley and David Duke make a run.
But the
thing
thing
is, bro, they can.
I know.
They definitely can.
The Big East is so trash that if
It's
someone
wide open.
knocks
They need to
over,
win tonight. They got to avoid the 1 and 2 in the
Yeah.
quarters. They have to be the 6.
Yeah, that's my favorite. That's my favorite flyer. On any conference tournament because that conference is trash.
Yeah. You were with me when I played.
I know, and I was like, I remember telling me like, what a fucking idiot. Then like a couple weeks later, I'm like, oh god, this is a thing now.
The SEC is Bama or Arkansas.
I know it's a flyer, but I feel like LSU's talented enough to just have guards get hot and make a run. I mean, it could happen.
Fair enough.
12-1's decent odds.
Yeah. They just have to. The one I kind of like.
They're probably getting a double bye. If you get a top 4 seed, you get a double bye. I think they're getting the 4.
I haven't seen any of the Ohio Valley markets, but I got to imagine that. But I don't know if Belmont was a plus money because Belmont to make the tournament right now is only minus 134.
You have a problem with like getting too excited about teams.
Belmont's unbelievable.
Exactly, and they lost like the last 3 games. Oregon, Belmont, fucking Drake. You get excited.
Providence to make the tournament plus 600. Utah State to make the tournament.
I can't believe I'm gonna have a double loser.
I will say, Barstool Sportsbook app, our futures odds are good. You don't
they're
get
unbelievable.
No, you don't get unnamed, but you don't get juiced and screwed on futures bets like
No.
you do in a lot of places. And when you're betting futures, man, in the long run, that's a huge deal because a lot of other places just you get vig to death. Where all of a sudden you'll see a 40-1 be 25-1, and you don't realize it. But that's
Also,
Maybe we do that. You love the bombs. Maybe one guy. We have the 4 of us or 5 of us, and Brandon comes back. Pick 5 different conferences of whether it's like 5-1, 4-1, or then somebody could take a bomb. We'll obviously throw Providence in there, and you parlay all the future odds with those conference tournament futures.
Also, if you're
cool.
check out the Barstool Sportsbook app. Casey put out she's promoting a new bet, which
like
is
an
actually
overs thing?
a cool bet. On Wednesdays, you place $200 on one of the 3 overs tonight, which is Jazz, Sixers, Nets, Rockets, Bulls, Pelicans. Pelicans have been unbelievable in overs. If the over hits, not only do you win your original bet, you will also get the combined score of the game in bonus cash.
so you're telling me I'm gonna have to
crazy.
get on a damn train because I got money sitting in my account to Philly to go place this.
Yes, it's
So
crazy.
essentially, if it hits, I mean, all the overs over 200. Essentially, if it hits, you put 200 on it. You're basically going to end up with over 600 if it
And
wins.
think about too the
You're
Pelicans. If
basically-
you bet
you're
the
ba-
one that's got the high overs,
and you're like,
237.
I know even obviously the winnings are cash, but then like the bonus is bonus. But I mean, you're going to gamble it. You're on the Barstool Sportsbook. You're a
It's
gambler. You gamble.
win situation.
It's essentially like if you win on the over, it's like if the over hits, it's like hitting at plus 300.
And if you lose and it goes under, you lose your 200s. You don't lose double like what you put in.
Well, yeah.
That's what.
It's
That's what
basically
people
if you hit, it's almost like hitting it plus 300.
Yeah.
So to clarify, just to break it down for the listeners, if you risk 220 to win 200 on the Pelicans over 237 tonight, if you win your $200 bet and 237 bonus money.
Whatever 250,
Whatever.
like
It
don't
whatever
run
the
to
total is.
237.
So like
you'd
actually
win
not
too, but
300,
it's
like
the money you gotta
200.
bet.
It's like hitting over plus 200 essentially.
Wow. So you're getting almost 2-1.
It's
So
a great deal.
You're risking 220 to win 437 on that.
No,
game.
200.
Oh,
You just have to risk 200.
You have to risk 200. So it's 200 to win like 417. You're getting
At least.
You're getting over 2-1 on a
much.
Pelicans over.
Yeah, I'm just an over.
When they're 21-2 in the last 23.
Yep.
That's one of the best damn things I've ever heard.
Jamie Foxx ain't doing that. Let me tell you that.
I literally may have to go get on a train to Pennsylvania to place that bet. I got some money.
Just an hour,
I got some money. I got some money sitting in there after Duke. I placed my 500 free bet on Duke Clemson when
Yep.
Duke won by 40.
Hop, skip, and a jump from New York City. Bada bing, bada boom. 1 hour.
Easy.
Philly.
Hell yeah. Tomorrow. So who we got? You're back Friday, right? Your
Yes.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. So it'll be us 3 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. This has been a fun week, though. I
Real
love getting a
good.
breakdown.
Nothing better than day games in March.
Yeah, day games are marching, and as we hit these tournaments too, there's more and more to break down. Marty, welcome back.
Of course,
we
thank
missed you.
you.
Big Ev, always a lot of fun. Ev and I on Clubhouse 2:30 Eastern on the Barstool Sports Room. Y'all are doing the bench mob Saturday morning
Yes.
for that.
Yes.
And get on, join Clubhouse if you hadn't. We keep the Pick Central talk rolling. Thanks to our crew in here, Za, TJ, Colby, all y'all. We appreciate the good work. Stay tuned for the Yak next.